because of the things they do. And I think whatever the court decides will be good. So I defer to the court in the ad litem as far as conservatorship, possession, and access. The court's already addressed the financial concerns. So I don't know that I'm going to have a whole lot to add today. And I would ask if I could defer my case to the other attorneys, because I don't know that I'm going to have much to add after they go.
Okay. All right, then. Well, I'll let him go first, and then Mr. Gott. Thank you. You may proceed with your opening, Ms. Lambert. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that we have an agreement as to conservatorship, that the parties be granted joint managing conservators with the mother being primary. What's really an issue is what type of possession and access Mr. Bernard will have. I've recommended that due to the child's age, I believe she'll be 2 in October, and the father's distance from the child, that we do a modified step-up plan. That first level being supervised visits, 3 of those where dad gives mom 14 days notice. Those visits, to an agreement on that issue, just maybe disagreeing at how many visits at each level.
Okay. And how far, where are the parties located, Ms. Lambert?
Your Honor, Ms. Custom is stationed here at Fort Hood, and Mr. Bernard is in Georgia.
Okay, thank you. All right, you can, I'm sorry, Mr. Gott, you're opening now, sir. Thank you.
Judge, I would defer to the state on the child support findings. I agree with Ms. Lambert. I believe the only issue really is my client is in agreement that we have supervised visits. She would like considerably more than the ones that are being advocated right now. As I understand it, the offer, as it were, is 3 supervised visits, no overnights. So that would be 3 weekends with 14 days notice here. And then and that those initial 3 weekends, I'm going to call them weekends, there's no overnights, would be supervised. And then they would move to 3 more with no overnights, but we drop the supervision. Also 6 weekends, as it were, total, say Saturday sometime, Sunday sometime, each one with 14 days notice. And my client would like to have a greater period of supervised visits. You will hear testimony about how little this individual has been in this child's life, and some other extracurricular things that have happened. So in deference to the state there about these people being both being good citizens, that may be so, but we have some concerns about the level of supervision and the lack of participation in this child's life. Otherwise, I think the state's asked for guideline child support. We're fine with that. I'd like to verify that offset and make sure that those offsets are appropriate. For the record, I have asked for discovery from this individual. They have not provided it. It was due by August 10. That may be an immaterial matter, but I do want to respectfully remind the court of that and ask them to take judicial notice of that. It is also my understanding the court has declined the matter of retroactive child support. I didn't know if that was based on a temporary basis. If that was still open for final, then I would respectfully urge that. But that's what I've got, Judge.
All right, then I'll let the state remind the court one way or the other about the retro again. I hear that only about 30, 40 times a month. So anyway, I'll go ahead and let's get the party sworn. Let's go ahead and get some testimony, and let's see how we're going to break this up. And I'll confirm. I said, the mom station here. You said Dad's in Georgia. I just want to see, is he still in the military?
No, sir. I'm not in the military, sir.
Okay, so you're a civilian. Okay, just want to make sure that what I'm dealing with. Anyway,
I'm going to ask the party to turn on their camera.
Okay, I need everybody. Mr. Bernard, can you turn your camera, sir?
Hold on a second. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
All right, then. All right, folks. Ms. Custom, Mr. Bernard, please raise your right hands. Do you both solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give this court today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will help you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're both officially under oath. I'm going to go ahead and let the ad litem call you both as witnesses, and then Mr. Gott, and then the state will get a chance to cross-examine in that order. So I'll start with you, Ms. Lambert, and call you first witness. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Custom, can you please state your first and last name for the record, please?
Lashana Custom,
And what is the first and last name of the child in this case?
Zolani Bernard,
And how old is she?
1.
And when the child was conceived, were you and Mr. Bernard a couple?
Yes.
And how long had you been together when she was conceived?
I met him in December of 2022. She was conceived in January of 2023, and she was born in October of 2023. We relocated to Texas September 25th, 2023.
Okay. And being that you and Mr. Bernard were a couple at the time, was this a planned pregnancy? Meaning, did you and Mr. Bernard talk about starting a family?
Absolutely.
And so at that time, at least you were confident that Mr. Bernard was someone that you'd want to have children with.
Yes.
And did you know at that time if Mr. Bernard had other children?
Yes.
And how many other children were you aware that he had at that time?
3.
And to the best of your knowledge, was he an involved father with those
4.
children?
Excuse me, 4.
Or other children besides your daughter?
Mhm.
Thank you. And as far as you know, was he an involved father with those children? Did he have a relationship with those children?
Yes.
And was there anything at that time that gave you any concern regarding what kind of father he was?
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
Okay. And so at what point did you start to develop any concerns, if any, regarding his ability to parent?
When he wasn't present for mine.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
When
man,
the
can you repeat that? I didn't hear that.
When
What was
he
your
was
answer?
not present for my daughter.
Okay, thank you.
And so when your daughter was born, were you and Mr. Bernard still together in a relationship at that time?
Yes, I was in the hospital for 1 week. He was present. We went home the second week, and my mom came down and her friend came down to help us with the baby the second week. And he ended up leaving back with them to do some work in Georgia because he doesn't have a job. He didn't have a job in Texas. So he left when she was 2 weeks and didn't return.
Okay. And so at that time when he was here and you were in the hospital, were you guys living together in a home together?
I just bought my house in Texas, so he was here.
Okay. And when you said that he went back to do work in Georgia, did he ever return back to Texas after that?
No.
Okay. And so at what point did the relationship end? Was it when he left to go to Georgia?
Yes.
Okay. And so after he left and moved back to Georgia, what was his relationship like with the child? Did he ever come back to visit?
He came back for her 2-month well-being, December 13th.
Okay. And any time after that?
No.
Okay. Had the two of you had any conversations, either when he left the first time or when he came back in December, about what visitation would look like?
There was minimum conversation. I would reach out, I would send emails, and it was just minimum conversation from there.
And when you were reaching out and sending emails, were you asking him to come and visit with the child?
It was relationship. It was about financial help because I was soon to go back to work. It was about our relation. It was about everything. Yes.
Were there any times that he asked you, can I come see her?
Yes.
Okay. And did you allow him to do so?
I never kept my daughter from him. The only boundary that I put in place is he could not stay at my house because at that point I was aware that he was still cheating and still doing everything that he said he was not going to do. So once I was aware that he was still being the same person, that's the boundary that I put in place. You can visit your daughter, but you just cannot stay at my house.
Understood. And so after that 2-month well child checkup in December, Mr. Bernard has not seen his daughter in person. Is that correct?
At her 1-year-old birthday party when I took her to Georgia.
Okay. So he's seen her when she was born, once again in December, and then you took her to Georgia for her birthday party and he saw her at that time.
The tension rises as the family conflict unfolds, introducing key players and their hidden disputes.
Okay. And you are still active duty military, is that correct?
Correct.
And do you have any plans of separating from the military anytime soon?
No.
Okay. How much longer do you expect to be stationed here at Fort Hood?
I don't have an ETA.
Okay. In your counter petition, you requested that the visits be supervised. Why do you believe that they should be supervised?
They shouldn't be supervised because I have no ability that he know how to nurture a child. So even when we did have phone conversations, I will mention, oh, Zolani started daycare, or Zolani is sick, I'm taking her to the ER. And it will be like no nurturing care, no asking about her well-being or anything. So I'm unsure. He never lived in the same household with any of his kids other than now that he married his other baby mother, and now they live together. Before then, he never lived in the same household as his kids.
Okay.
Well, technically, him, his mom, and his oldest daughter were living together. So I don't know if that counts.
Okay.
So I never seen him raise a child. I've only seen him present to provide financial help for his other kids and to like when they came around to his mom's house where he was living. Like those little interactions.
But the interactions that you did see before you made the decision to have a baby did not raise concern that he would not be a present or capable father of your child.
Correct.
Okay.
And again, my baby was playing. He brought it to me. Like we did.
Ma'am, here's the deal. I'm sorry. You're going beyond the question. I know Mr. Lambert's giving you a little room here, but I want to keep these things concise because we're jumping subjects a little bit. So I want you to just listen to the question that's asked, answer it, and then stop, and she'll follow up with the next question. Don't worry. Thank you.
Thank you, Honor. Ms. Custom, do you believe if the relationship had worked out with you and Mr. Bernard that you would still have these same concerns?
No, he would be present.
I'm sorry.
Judge, I'm
just
gonna
to
object
be
Judge, I'm gonna object to the relevance of that question.
I'm going to sustain that. It calls for opinion. It's all kind of, speculation. It's all kind of matters. So move on to the next question, please. Thank you.
okay. Ms. Custom, being that you're active duty and you're aware that Mr. Bernard lives out of state, do you believe that what kind of access do you think would be feasible so that he can establish a relationship with his daughter?
Supervised visits, and he comes to her.
And your counsel stated that you were wanting more supervised visits. What number do you believe would be appropriate for that first level of the visitation schedule?
12.
I'm sorry?
12.
And so would you be available to make, if Mr. Bernard could afford it, would you be willing to make the child available at that number of frequency so that it doesn't take him years to get past that first level?
Yes, because I have never kept my daughter from him.
Okay. No further questions at this time, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Tell you what, I'll go ahead and go with Mr. Gaunt. Thank you. Your witness, sir.
Ma'am, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, so Ms. Lambert asked you about, did you have concerns and, did you have concerns when you met Mr. Bernard? You heard those questions, right?
Correct.
Okay. Did he tell you when you all met and when you all started your relationship that he was seeing other people?
No.
Did he tell you after you had conceived his child that he was seeing other people?
Not at all, because we were planning to have a family.
Okay, just listen to my question. Did he tell you that he was seeing other people?
No.
Did you later find out that he was seeing other people?
Yes.
And in fact, did you later find out that he married another woman after this child was born?
Yes.
Okay. You had made plans to have a home with him, hadn't you?
Yes.
With Mr. Bernard. Okay. You made plans to have a home and to have him living here in Texas with you, didn't you?
Yes.
Was that your understanding that you all were going to live together as a family, you and the new baby and Mr. Bernard?
Yes.
Okay. And in fact, that didn't come to fruition, did it?
No,
Okay. Was it your intention to have these other people, this new wife and these other people in this relationship with you and Mr. Bernard?
no,
Okay. So is it fair to say that as far as you understood, you two were going to be a couple and this was something that you were looking forward to? Is that fair?
right,
Do you believe that Mr. Bernard was forthcoming with you and was honest with you about his intentions?
yes,
Okay. But at some point in time, you discovered that that might not be the case. Is that right?
yeah,
Okay. So child was born in October of 23. Is that right?
yeah,
Okay. And then, as I understand it, Mr. Bernard lives in Georgia and so does his family. Is that right?
yes,
Okay. You and the child went out to Georgia in November for Thanksgiving, right? Of 23. Is that right?
yes,
Okay. Did Mr. Bernard see the child then?
yes,
How many times do you recall?
twice,
Okay. How often did those visits last?
approximately 30 minutes.
Okay. And then you guys had to come back here, right?
Yes,
Okay. So you came back here. Christmas of 23. Were you guys trying to have Christmas together?
yes, he was supposed to get a rental car using my military discount and drive down here.
Did you arrange that for him?
Yes, I made the reservation.
Okay. And he saw Zolani at that 2-month wellness appointment. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. At some point in time, you put the child in daycare, did you not?
I did
How much was that per month?
$600 a month,
How much of that did Mr. Bernard contribute to?
$100 a month.
100, 100?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it left you for a $500 a month bill on daycare, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, please
I
say
need a
yes
yes or no, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So is that a yes? Okay, yes, ma'am. Yeah, but we got to pick up we're making a record, but it's audible, so it's got to be a recording. It's got to be clear. Okay. She is still in daycare, is she not?
Correct.
Okay. If you know or if you're aware, how much has Mr. Bernard contributed to the prenatal care and the medical expenses, medical bills since the child was conceived and born?
0.
Okay. Now, as I understand, looking at this order, you are active duty U.S. service member lieutenant, I believe. Is that correct?
Correct.
So you have TRICARE and the child is ordered on TRICARE. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So in other words, Mr. Bernard doesn't have to pay for any insurance, as I understand it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So child was 4 months old.
And so
When was the net? Let me finish. Let me finish my question. Child was 4 months old,
Mhm.
right? And then how much time elapsed between the time the child was 4 months old and the next time you saw the child? Was it for her birthday or something?
For her first birthday.
All right, so 10 months.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, child was 2 months old when it was that right? 2 month checkup.
2-month checkup. And then the
All
next
right,
time was in December, in October for her first birthday.
all right. So present for the first 2 weeks, gone. Present for the 2 month checkup, gone. Present at the birthday, 10 months later. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. The birthday, did you have a birthday in Georgia
Yes.
for the child? I mean,
Yes.
and did you arrange that?
My mom did.
Okay, but you don't live in Georgia. Did you have to go out there?
I did.
Did you have to ask for
Mother reveals shocking truths about the father's absence and missed milestones.
leave to get out there?
Yes.
Okay, at that point, did Mr. Bernard see the child?
Yes.
Okay. Since that time, since her 1 year birthday, how many times has she seen the child? Has he seen her?
None.
Is that none, zero?
0.
Okay. Let me emphasize, let me ask you this. Christmas of last year, how did you find out that he had married another woman?
On
That
social
Mr.
media.
Bernard?
On social media, she posted it.
Okay. When we go back and look at that birthday, was he supposed to take you to the airport or something?
Yeah.
Did he do that?
No, he did not answer the phone.
Okay. Did you offer to let him come over to your mom's house and see the child?
Yes.
Did he do that?
No.
Did he tell you why?
No.
How many times has he been out here in your present community to see the child? Ma'am?
Here in
Yes,
Texas,
ma'am. How many times has he come out? Yes, ma'am.
once.
Pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Diamond.
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, anything on redirect, Ms. Lambert?
No, Your Honor.
All right then. All right then, Mr. Bernard, if you can find a spot and remain still, sir. Thank you. And call your next witness, please.
Mr. Bernard, can you state your first and last name for the record, please, sir?
You're muted, sir. You dare mute yourself. Thank you.
Unmute now.
Yeah, you're fine. Please state your
Errol
name.
Bernard.
Sure.
Errol
Thank you.
Bernard.
And you're the father of the child in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you and Ms. Custom in a relationship when the child was conceived?
Yes, ma'am.
And also when the child was born?
Yes, ma'am.
Was the plan that the two of you were gonna live here together in Texas and raise the child together?
Yes, ma'am.
And at what point did the relationship end?
I wasn't financially stable, and I had responsibilities back in Georgia that I take care of my mother and my kids, and
I'm
I
sorry,
actually pay my
sir.
mom's
The
mortgage.
question was time related, so
Okay, I don't have the exact date, sir. When I went back to Georgia, after being in Killeen for about a month, I think I went back in November.
Okay, your
And
daughter was born in October of 2023,
correct,
and you left approximately a month later, is that right?
correct. Yes, ma'am.
And at that time is when you moved back to Georgia?
Uh, no, I didn't move back until I went back, but I didn't officially said I was staying until me and her had certain issues
Okay,
during
so
the period of
since,
time that I was in Georgia.
so once you did move back, how often did
Mhm.
you see Zolani? How often did you see your daughter?
I drove back to see her in December,
Of
like
2023?
Lasana said. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then Ms. Custom said that you then saw her when Ms. Custom brought her to Georgia for her first birthday, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
In between December of 2023 and October of 2024, did you speak to Ms. Custom about visiting with Zolani?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you ask to come visit her here in Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
And did Ms. Custom say that you could not come?
Yeah, in so many words, and she didn't say I couldn't come, but it wasn't welcoming.
Ms. Custom testified that she set a boundary by saying you were welcome to come, you just couldn't.
all right, I lost your audio there for a second, Ms. Lambert. I'm not sure if it was me or you. Repeat the question, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Custom testified that she welcomed you to come, you just weren't allowed to stay at her house. Is that correct?
Uh, Maybe in a text message or something. I can't confirm or deny that.
Okay. If visitation is granted, will you have the means to travel here to Texas to visit with your daughter?
Yes, ma'am, I'll make the means.
And how often would you be able to travel here to complete the visits in the step-up plan?
As frequent as I can.
So you know that I have recommended and proposed to the court that you have 3 visits. In the event the court grants 3 supervised visits, how quickly could you complete those?
I've actually thought about that already. I could make the first visit in October.
And how much time do you think would be between the second and third visit?
Maybe 2 months or so.
So ideally, you would say by April of 2026, you could have completed these 3 visits?
More than likely, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So with that frequency and time, if the court were to increase it to, let's say, 12 that Ms. Custom is asking for, it would take you well into 2027 before you could expect to have standard possession of your daughter. Is that right?
I think I would it would be an incentive for me and motivate me to see my daughter more once I start seeing my daughter, and based on the environment.
You have other children, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And do those other children all live in Georgia as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you involved in the daily lives of those children?
Very much so.
Has Ms. Custom ever expressed to you directly that she has any concerns regarding your ability to parent your other children?
No, ma'am.
Has Ms.
That's one
Custom
of the
ever?
reasons
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said that's one of the reasons that she chose me as a mate, because she saw that how I dealt with my family.
I object to the answer as speculative.
Sustained. All right, sir. Again, when you answered it correctly at first, just don't add things to the end. It's a yes or no answer. Just answer yes or no. Thank you.
Has Ms. Custom ever expressed to you that she felt unsafe with you?
Never.
Do you have any history or pattern of family or domestic violence with Ms.
Nope.
Custom or anyone else?
Your Honor, I'm going to object to this question. I've asked this individual to provide discovery to me, including legal theories and what we would normally deem a 194. I know the number has now changed. It's 300.1. He has not presented any discovery to me. I'm not on any notice at this final hearing of any legal theories, any claims, any witnesses. He cannot present any legal theories today.
All right. Well, I'm going to overrule that one, Mr. Gunn.
I'm not even going to bring up that situation, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. I want to know, sir.
Object non-responsive, move to strike. Now I am going to be asking him.
Okay. All right, sir. Here's the deal. You got any criminal convictions out there? Period.
In Georgia?
Yes, sir. Anywhere.
Los Angeles. Well, that was expunged. In Georgia, I had a possession of marijuana.
Okay. All right, you may proceed. Let's not go down the criminal path too much, Mr. Lambert, but go ahead and proceed. Thank you.
And Your Honor, just to clarify, the only reason why the question was asked is because of Mr. Gaunt's counter petition. He stated for one of the reasons he was requesting supervised visits was related to potentially a family or domestic violence issue.
All right,
Never.
Okay, Your Honor, I don't have any further questions for Mr. Bernard at this time.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Gaunt, your witness.
Sir, you said you were arrested for possession of marijuana in Georgia, is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How long ago was that?
2013, 2011.
Okay. Do you have any other arrests anywhere else?
No,
Father explains his side, detailing travel struggles and family obligations.
sir.
Okay.
Hold on one second. I don't know what happened.
You live, where do you reside now? Are you still living in your mom's house, or where are you residing now?
No, I don't live in my mom's house.
Okay, where do you reside, sir?
I live in Georgia, in my own house. Do you need an address?
Where do you reside, sir?
No, Mr. Gaunt, I don't do addresses on Zoom because of
Right.
broadcast on YouTube. Now you can ask them which city you live in and information about the house, but not actual addresses and phone numbers. Thank you.
Sir, where do you reside? Is it a home or an apartment?
No.
I live in a house, sir.
Okay, who resides there, sir?
Me, my wife, my son, two of my sons, and my stepson.
Okay. How many of those children are under the age of 18, sir?
All of them.
All of them, right? Does your wife work?
Yes, she does.
What does she do, sir?
She's a CNA.
It broke up a little bit, but a CNA, is that what you said?
That's what I said.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I apologize, sir.
it cracked up, sir. He was correct. Yeah, because I heard the same thing. It cracked up, but I got CNA.
Okay, so she's a CNA. What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm an HVAC technician.
Okay, how much do you make per hour, sir?
It varies. I work for myself, and it varies per job. So I make about $3,500 a month.
Okay. Did you turn over your income information to my office?
No, sir.
Okay, were you aware that you were served with a petition asking for that income information?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have a vehicle?
I sure do.
Is it paid for?
No, it's not.
Okay, what's the monthly payment on the car?
My work van is $330 a month.
Okay, you said work van. Do you have another vehicle, a POV?
I have an '87 El Camino.
Is it paid for?
Yes, that's paid for.
Okay. What's your home? Are you buying or renting?
We're buying.
Okay. How much is the mortgage, sir?
25.
2,500 a month?
2,500. What is this? What is?
Sir, you don't get to ask while you're getting the question to ask. The attorney gets to have the opportunity to ask pertinent questions, and it is a pertinent question, sir. So just
Okay.
answer the questions to the best of your knowledge. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I'll ask you a question again. How much is your mortgage, sir?
2,500, roughly.
Roughly. Okay. How much is your mortgage, sir? For the third time, sir. How much is your
Okay.
mortgage?
Best of your
$2,500, sir. Per month.
You receive any other income other than your HVAC?
No, sir.
The children that are residing with you, are you receiving child support for them?
No, sir.
You indicated a moment ago that, let me get the exact wording that you used. No? That the environment at my client's home was, in your words, not welcoming. Is that correct?
That's what I said. Yes, sir.
Okay. You would agree with me that if daycare were $600 a month and you were only contributing $100 a month, that might be a reason somebody might be unwelcoming. Would you agree with me?
No, sir.
Would you agree with me that having a relationship and marrying another person without telling the mother of your children, my client, that might be a reason why she might be unwelcoming?
No, sir.
You don't agree with that? Okay.
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay. Do you own any other property? You said you've got an El Camino. Do you own any other property? Real estate?
No, no, sir.
Okay. Do you have a savings account or checking account?
Yes, sir.
How much is in that checking account, sir?
At right now, maybe $600,
Okay. How much is in your savings account?
$1,200.
How much do you have a retirement account, like an IRA or a pension or
No,
a
sir.
thrift savings?
No, I work for myself. I don't have that. I'm putting it in together. I'm planning on getting another job because of the situation I'm in now. But the goal was to build my business and
Objection, non-responsive.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you know, just compartmentalize your answer, sir. You just say what you're earning and and whether or not that's all yours or some other side jobs from 1099 or something else, okay? But for right
Okay.
now, listen to the question and answer the question, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have any other source of income, a trust fund, Social Security, anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. You're receiving income from an estate or from a personal injury case or anything like that?
No, sir.
Pass the witness.
All right, then, Mr. Diamond.
I have nothing, Your Honor.
All right, anything on redirect, Ms. Lambert?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then.
Tension spikes as the court examines past behavior, criminal history, and parenting claims.
No, I'm sorry, I got that already. Never mind. All right, Ms. Lambert, any other, I know the answer to this, but I'll go at this point anyway. Any other witnesses you wish to call at this time?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna go to you, Mr. Gaunt. If you wish to recall either witness at this time.
Negative.
All right, Mr. Diamond, any witnesses you wish to call, sir?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, then. I think Mom answered it. I'm not sure she answered about the orders, ma'am. How long? How long you've been in Fort Hood now? Almost 2 years. You muted, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay, and how much longer are you
since
supposed to?
September 25th, 2023.
Okay, so how long are you supposed to remain there, ma'am, before you have to move on to your next duty station?
I'm not sure.
All right. Was this supposed to be a 3-year thing there, a 5-year thing there? You know, the Army usually sets those up.
Not necessarily, because my next milestone would be to attend captain's career course, which I can remain here until. It's not necessarily a 3-year assignment. I can be here longer.
Okay. All right.
Depends.
All right, ma'am. And sounds like you're also from Georgia.
I am not.
Okay, you're not. Your mom lives in Georgia.
She does.
Okay, then. And how close? You know how close she lives to Mr. Bernard?
I have no idea where he lives, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
5 minutes.
Sir, here's the deal. Don't blurt out. You know, I didn't ask you the question, but I kind of figured y'all in the same area. So, because I got the answer already from when she was there with the child. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and let the lawyers make closing statements at this time. I'll go ahead and also allow Mr. Bernard to make a closing statement, a closing argument if he wishes. But I'm gonna start with the lawyers where he can hear what they're saying, and then he can make his own closing statement, a closing argument as his own pro se rep. So at this time, I'll go ahead and start with the ad litem, go to Mr. Gonigan, then to Mr. Diamond, and then to you, Mr. Bernard. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think based on the testimony that we've heard from both parties, this pregnancy and resulting baby girl was planned. It was a decision that they made together. Subsequently, things devolved and the relationship ended, but we've not heard anything that would imply that Mr. Bernard is incapable of parenting, perhaps not the best romantic partner, but we've not heard anything to establish that he would not be a stable father. In fact, the mother testified that she didn't have any concerns regarding how he was parenting the other children prior to her deciding to have a child with Mr. Bernard. I think based on the distance between the parties and the flexibility of her work, meaning she could come up on orders to go to Japan. If we were to extend that first supervised level to 12, there's a good chance Mr. Bernard would never be able to establish a standard possession order. Even where we have parents who are local here, the most that you've ordered typically is 6 visits. So considering that he does have limited financial resources, they are a great deal away from each other, and there's no guarantee that a large number of visits would be able to be accomplished in a feasible amount of time or reasonable amount of time. I would ask that 3 would be appropriate for supervised, because he'll still have to come for the next level to complete the next 3. The only difference is that the mother would not be present. Those visits could be limited to Bell or contiguous counties if that would make the court feel more comfortable. But I think 6 visits of him traveling from Georgia to here would not only establish that he's serious about establishing this relationship with his daughter, but ought to also ease mom's fears that he is also capable of completing those visits and establishing this relationship in a way that will hopefully help them effectively co-parent going further. I do think the parties should be appointed JMC, with the mother being primary, able to designate the residence of the child. And I believe all financial matters regarding current child support, medical, dental, and retro have all been addressed in the prior order from May of 2025.
All right, thank you. Mr. Gahn.
Judge, I apologize if I can reopen evidence for just a moment to testify to attorney's fees, just for the record.
All right, then, sir, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're gonna give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you, sir.
No, but I do under penalty of perjury.
Okay, good enough. Thank you.
Judge, may
You may receive your information, sir. Thank you.
Judge, may I testify as an officer of the court?
Yes, you may.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is NJ Kant. My bar number is 240697771. I have been licensed in this state since November of 2009. I am a member of the State Bar College. I have been a candidate for board licensure. I have been a member of 2 separate state bar committees. The focus of my practice is family law. I have practiced here and in this community, and also in Dallas and Austin. I am the senior managing attorney at my firm. My hourly rate is $450 an hour. This case was undertaken by my firm in July of last year, so it hasn't gone on for about a year and change. I am licensed in this state and in multiple federal jurisdictions, including before the United States Supreme Court. If the court wishes to get payment, I can present the exhibits required. To date, we have been engaged for 35.8 billable hours to the tune of $9,600. I feel that those fees are appropriate for an attorney of my experience. The testimony is that there has been no discovery. The respondent has failed to provide discovery. We've had to prosecute this case to 2 different hearings, and I feel that an award of attorney's fees is appropriate in the best interest of the child. My client has had to pay not only for me, but also pay daycare and other expenses. The respondent has refused to disclose information to my office. We have not been able to independently investigate their income. So I feel that an award of attorney's fees is appropriate at this time. Thank you. And if I can close when the court is so indulgent.
All right, go ahead and close, please. Thank you.
Key issues explode into the open. Supervision levels and visitation conflicts dominate the debate.
God.
Judge, if I may.
Do not make comments when someone else is making their closing, sir. Thank you. All right, you may proceed, Mr. Gahn.
Judge, if I may, I would only just address the following, and I think I addressed it just a moment ago already, and that is that this individual, as Ms. Lambert has said, that there don't appear to be any concerns about his parenting abilities, and I would say that's because he's never tried. You know, a week or 2 when the child was a newborn, a little bit of time at a birthday that my client arranged and traveled for, and then that's it. So you can't have concerns when there's no evidence because the person isn't trying. So you heard my client's concerns. Again, we would just ask the court to take that under advisement as far as the amount of the supervision. This individual has steadfastly maintained other plans, other arrangements, other relationships, and I don't even think he's done enough for us to have concerns because he hasn't tried. So I'm fine with Ms. Lambert's position about having some supervised visitation. I just think it should be more than that. And again, for an individual who says that I will make the means to do this travel, They haven't paid for daycare. They haven't shared any of the expenses up to this point, or very little, and haven't provided any independently corroborated evidence to show that they have. So we have those concerns, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, this time, Mr. Diamond, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, requesting a final order today. You're requesting a rendered ruling today, Your Honor. I think that whatever the court decides, it's going to be okay, unless the parties decide not to obey the court's order. But my sense is that they will. My understanding, I don't know that I heard this from anybody, but my understanding from talking to the attorneys was, as far as the visitation, I think that what was contemplated was supervised for a weekend where it would be 10 to 6 on Saturday and 10 to 6 on Sunday. And again, if this was covered, I apologize, but I think the idea was the first level would be the supervised 10 to 6 Saturday, to supervised 10 to 6 Sunday, whether it's first, third, and fifth weekends or something else. And then the second level would be unsupervised 10 to 6 Saturday, unsupervised 10 to 6 Sunday. And then I think the third level was the standard possession order. And maybe if the attorneys could correct me if I have it wrong. But that's all I have, Your Honor, just asking for a final order.
Okay. All right, then, Mr. Bernard, your turn, sir. Closing statement, sir, if you wish. And you're muted, sir. You don't have to make a statement unless you want to, sir, but it's your.
I do want to make a statement, a brief statement. First of all, I want to apologize to LaShawna for going through this situation and this ordeal. Was not planned to. Did not plan it to be. I didn't want it to be like this.
This deal, sir. Okay, I'm sorry. You just a closing statement is you're telling the court what you want the court to do here today and why you feel that's in your child's best interest.
Okay.
We have, if you know.
I'm not savvy with this court life, sir, so I apologize for being oblivious to how to handle myself, okay? I apologize for that. I'm just trying to express myself. I apologize to LaShawna for putting you through this, first of all, and I would like the court to know that I'm a great father, and that's the reason why she chose me. She's 30 plus years old, and this is her first child, and she saw something in me to go through with this ordeal. So take that into consideration. The only reason why I want the unsupervised visits is because I don't like conflict and I don't want the conflict. And there's a lot of emotion in this relationship right now. And that's what I'm running for. I'm not confrontational at all. I'm a provider. And I take care of all of my kids. Yes, it was only $100, but I also send things. I try to do other things to make up for that type of stuff, and be there. And yes, I did reach out, but because I'm unconfrontational and I don't like to argue, if there's an argument, I run, and that's just what it is. So I would like the court to understand that I'm a great father. And if I have $1, I'm going to split it up, and that's what it is. And just have that in consideration moving forward. I'm not that type of person. I'm not the stereotypical deadbeat, so say whatever. I'm not him. I'm not him.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Bernard?
No, I'm going back on mute.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, folks. Let me go ahead and look at a couple of things here. If it's 12 noon, I want to go ahead and start doing my ruling on this one right now. So since I got here a little late, I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And so if y'all want to hang around for about an hour or so while I get this set up, I'll go with you, but y'all are free to go. And Mr. Diamond, if you want to check back in with me, or I'll go ahead and make a ruling on the record and send it out as a message as needed. But this time, I'm pretty much going to go with everything the parties had by agreement. I'm going to go ahead and keep the temporary order as the main order going forward. The only thing I'm going to go ahead and grant the current child support, current cash medical, all the other aspects of such. I think the state's already said that the retro is not a factor, so that I don't have to rule on that.
I beg your pardon, Your Honor. You did rule on retro in the temporary order.
Okay, we already did that. Good enough. But the two things I am going to go ahead and finish up. Like I say, everything else is per the temporary order. I'm going to go ahead and come up with a response to the request for attorney fees and the visitation package as far as the child going forward, whether or not it's going to be 6 or more or something else, or somewhere 6 or 12 or somewhere in between. And I'm probably looking at something slightly in between, but I want to tweak that last level up before we well, I take a look at what I've done in a couple other cases. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna have this by 1 o'clock, and if somebody, I'm gonna keep this open until 1. If everybody wants to check back in at 1 o'clock, I'll reconvene. But if not, I'll just go ahead and send it out as an email. But anyway, thank you all very much. Everybody go grab some lunch, and like I said, I want to reconvene this matter on this Zoom code at 1 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, I unfortunately can't join, but I was going to allow, I guess, the parties. I would assume, of course, Mr. Bernard can do as he chooses, but may Ms. Custom be excused? And
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm excused.
She has other things to do.
Yeah, we're not going to do anything else other than become up with the ruling. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Custom, you're free to go if you need to.
An emotional plea meets the judge's measured response, wrapping the high-stakes battle. It's a dramatic finale that leaves viewers on edge, wondering what comes next.